Welcome to MSG PM, presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook. Your app is ready, Emperor. You are currently checking out a battle between the New York Knicks and the Charlotte Hornets from May 15th, 2021, where the NBA's most improved player, Julius Randle, recorded his 5th triple-double of the season. And remember, this is a game that the Knicks absolutely had to have if they wanted home court advantage in the Eastern Conference playoffs. We're going to get into all those odds, assists, scoring, and everything in between. But before we do any of that, got to hit my man with the numbers, the one and only Jeff Eisenband joining me right now. Jeff, we love seeing Julius Randle score. We love seeing Julius Randle rebound. But his passing is what really opened up his game for him this year.
And we love talking about it, right, with these Julius Caesar Sportsbook odds. That's what we're looking at here. The assist numbers for Julius Randle, really interesting. 3.1 assists per game in 2019-20, his first season in orange and blue. And then he jumps to 6 assists per game last season. So almost doubles his assist total. Of course, playing a bit of that point forward role at times. There are some questions. Will he be that point forward again this season with Kemba Walker in the mix? But I think with the Knicks, the ball handling becomes almost point guard by committee. Kemba, D. Rose, we'll see Emmanuel quickly handle the ball, and we'll see Julius Randle handle the ball. And with Evan Fournier, with the improved shooting of IQ and RJ probably, we're going to see a lot more spacing and some opportunities for assists for Julius Randle.
Yeah, the New York Knicks absolutely loaded up on playmakers this year. But let's take a look around the league and see who has the best odds of leading the NBA in assists this season. Producers, hit me with it. Russell Westbrook, no surprise there, topping the list at plus 110, with James Harden not too far behind him at plus 150. The scourge of New York City, Trae Young, with a plus 550. Luka Doncic, MVP candidate, plus 700. Chris Paul at plus 1200. And the reigning MVP, Denver center, Nikola Jokic. After all these names, Jeff, what stands out to you the most?
Well, first of all, Nikola Jokic is a center on the assist list, so that's incredible in itself. But Chris Paul, the point guard, at number 5 at plus 1,200, $100 will net you $1,200 if Chris Paul leads the league in assists, something, of course, Chris Paul has done before. I mean, look, this is one of the all-time greats in terms of assists. This is a guy who I think goes back to his roots, goes back to that Steve Nash era, that Jason Kidd, Gary Payton sort of pass-first point guard. And it's not just Devin Booker, it's an improved DeAndre Ayton that I'm looking at that could really open the door for Chris Paul to lead the league in assists.
You know, Jeff, favorites are fun, but you know me, I love me some long shots and underdogs. So producers, hit me with the full screen one more time. We got LeBron James with a plus 1,800 odds to lead the league in assists. LaMelo Ball, who I like a lot, shares the same odds as John Morant with plus 4,000. Steph Curry at 20,000, and the corner roll Larry Bird himself, Julius Randle, with a plus 30,000 odds to lead the NBA in assists. Jeff, out of all these long shots, who do you think has the best shot of really getting home some money?
Well, I got to say, Julius Randle probably was not on this list last year. So for him to be on the list, on the odds, shows his improvement in terms of passing. But to me, it's LaMelo Ball that really jumps out to me. Plus 4,000. This is a guy that started 31 of 51 games played last season, only played 28.8 minutes per game. You're adding a lot of starts, a lot more minutes to him. He finished 22nd in assists per game last season. With those playmakers in Charlotte, I think there's a good chance he's going to be in the mix this year, coming at plus 4,000.
Jeff, we love assists. I love playmakers, but this game is and will always be about buckets. So let's talk to Caesars Sportsbook and see who has the best odds at leading the NBA in scoring this year. No surprise, Bradley Beal tops the list at plus 300. Luka Doncic not too far behind with plus 450. Stephen Curry at 500. Dame Lillard at 700. Joel Embiid at 800. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, the NBA Finals MVP, with plus 1,000 odds. Jeff, out of all these names that are favorites, who do you think stands out the most to really lead the league in scoring?
Yeah, I'm standing by this. I keep saying this is going to be the year of Damian Lillard. High stats, not a great Blazers team, but I think that the way that everything's gone on in the offseason with Portland, the way that it's gone on with Damian Lillard, the point that he's at in his career where this might be the end of his prime, I think he goes for it. I think he rises to a different level scoring. I don't know if it converts to wins, but for me to see that at plus 700, him back there, he was third in the league in scoring last year with 28.8 points per game. I think there's a real opportunity there with Damian Lillard.
You know, Jeff, there's also one thing we got to keep in mind, the rule changes in the NBA. A lot of foul hunters, people that go to the free throw line a lot, those odds may change a lot as the season goes on. So I think we need to see some of those long shots ahead of them. Let's hit it with the full screen real quick, producers. You got Zion Williamson, who I like a lot, a big guy who ain't going to foul hunt at plus 1,000. Jason Tatum at 2,000. Trae Young again with 2,500 odds. Kevin Durant and Devin Booker share the same odds as Donovan Mitchell, plus 3,000 to lead the NBA in scoring. Out of all of these, I don't want to call them long shots. Let's just call them next favorites. Who do you think stands out the most?
Well, you mentioned the one who shall not be named at plus 2,500, but I'm going to at plus 3,000. Kevin Durant, are you kidding me? What year are we in? What stratosphere are we in that Kevin Durant is at plus 3,000? This is one of, arguably, the greatest scorer of this generation. I know the Nets have two other stars in James Harden and Kyrie Irving, but you saw James Harden on the assist side of things. If Kevin Durant is healthy, if Kevin Durant plays like he did, and what we've seen from Kevin Durant, plus 3,000, there's some great opportunity there with an all-time great.
It's incredible that he got injured a few years ago, and we weren't even sure if this guy would be the same player. And here he is again, being a great bet to lead the league in scoring once again. New York City continue to enjoy this classic game between the Knicks and the Hornets. That's my boy Jeff. This is Kazim Famiwide. This has been MSG PM presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook. Your app is ready, Emperor. We'll catch you later.